Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 71 of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity 2. In the last part, we explored an underground and Griffin ruins, which we destroyed by the, on the orders of Galawain, the god, or Griffin god, I believe would be a more accurate term. So we did that for him, and now
your effort to resolve the coral situation is meeting with success.
I wasn't able to solve your coral problem, and now the ruins are no longer accessible. Okia grits her teeth. A vein in her forehead pulses so intensely it looks like it should hurt. Then she balls her hands into fists, closes her eyes, and releases a deep sigh.
I can't say I'm not disappointed. Now we'll have to make do without proper coral defenses. We'll be vulnerable.
Her lip flattened into a smart, thin line. Hey, I made the best of my available options.
I regret that our needs didn't make the list. Ah, before I forget, Atsura would like to see you at the Brass Citadel.
Okia pauses, her hand outstretched like she meant to pull you aside, and reconsiders with a shake of her head. She continues.
Though he appears placid on the surface, Atsura is not a patient man.
Nope, he's a massive weirdo. But I guess I can spare a few minutes for him. So, off we go.
What did you do before you were a ship hunter?
Rough times, lass. Spare you the telling, lest you be set on it.
I reckon I can handle it.
Crew I will with, they give me any job they thought like to kill me. I live to prove them wrong.
Can't live the good times unless you survive the bad. That what being a pirate's all about?
Aye, sure enough. Besides, lasses say the scars be adding distinction.
God damn it, Seraphim. Always with the jokes in there, man. Right, so we're going back to Nakataka. So let's go. No, mate, that can fuck off. You ain't. That's what I fucking. Oh, right, yeah. I'm flying a Principe flag. That's fucking retarded. Get the fuck out of there. Right, to Nakataka. Let's go. Shouldn't take us too long to get there, which is gonna be good. So to Nakataka, we'll just continue along with these quest lines as long as we can. No reason not to be honest. I think it's, yeah, Imperial Commander Lower. Right. There he is.
It's impossible to cheat at Hazatoa.
He acts like he's gonna do one thing, then he does something.
Atsura glances at you with a surreptitiously mirthful expression. He looks like he's in on a fabulous secret, one he's about to share with you.
It has been brought to my attention that you ousted the slavers from Crookspur. Once again, you show your foes no mercy.
He cackles wickedly.
They had long been a thorn in our side, but one we were hesitant to remove on our own. You've done us a considerable favor.
He slipped you a heavy purse. Glad I could be a bit of service.
As am I. And make no mistake, the archipelago is in dire need of help such as yours.
He raises his brow, watching to see if you're following.
Deadfire is a troubled place, beset by all manner of predation and lawlessness. Adventure stories blame it on the fury of Helia's storms and the hunger of Andra's beasts.
He shakes his head in disgust.
Historians would spin you a tale of isolation and trade booms. All of that merely obscures the plain yet hard truth. The Juana lack the will to defend their homeland.
He stops and looks up at you for the first time since hearing your explanation. He's recovering himself and waiting for your reaction. Yeah, I agree. They should have stopped this.
2,000 years ago, our people began the conquest of Rauatai. The land was new to us. Many of its inhabitants were better equipped.
He tenses his fingers and raises his eyebrows.
But we overcame them. We were unified where they were scattered. And we were not content to huddle in cliff caves and subsist. We were determined to make a better life for ourselves.
So where are you going with this?
The Valians and the Principe will tear Deadfire asunder, and the Juana will stand by and let it happen. The only way to prevent this is through overwhelming force.
He gives you a decisive nod.
We shall ensure that the slavers do not return by stationing one of our most elite fleets at Crookspur.
He watches you as he explains this, eyes searching your face. And why you tell me this?
You're prudent, results-oriented. You strike me as someone who can appreciate the grand vision.
He pauses a few seconds too long after he says this.
And by continuing to work together, we can achieve both our objectives. A more stable Deadfire, and a meeting with Aothas. In any case, our attentions are now focused on Sayuka for now. I'm sure the Hazanui will summon you when the time is right.
Okay. So what you're saying is, I no longer have any quests. Alright then. Oh shit, I didn't realize I was meant to head back to the...
That's called strategy. And don't you work for
Let's go see if the Valians actually do have any war work for us. We may as well. We're in town. No reason not to look and see if they have any work. It would be rude of me not to. Let's be honest. Alright, off we go.
The Ranganui leads us, but he represents all of Rauatai.
Then must he put his name on everything? Prize share is simpler.
These fuckers do have a lot of cannons, don't they, ladies and gentlemen? Jesus Christ. I see what they mean by overwhelming force. Though this is a citadel, so, I mean, you gotta have a shit ton of defences. Okay, where are we at? Over here. Must admit, Nekataka always looks nicer whenever we get here. Actually, that's a good thing. Isn't the creature critter place on here somewhere? We'll have to look at that at some point, but not. We'll wait for now. Mostly because I have no fucking clue where it is. And it's considered night, isn't it? No, it's considered early in the morning. Right. Right, let's go see if there's any more work for us. We'll go talk to both the director and the person down here who I think is... Is this one to the director?
Glad to see you in one piece, Watcher. I heard you had an eventful trip to Hasongo. The truth is that much of this archipelago is still a mystery to us. And such mysteries are often fatal, as the Royal Deadfire Company discovered. Perhaps if you relay your findings to Director Castell, he will finally grasp that truth.
Okay, apparently you've got nothing for me. So let's go upstairs and see if we go talk to the director, see if he's got a job for me.
Understood.
You've been a great assistance to us in the city, I hear. A great many glowing reports. Now then.
Nope. Right, let's go just pick a different mission then. We have a single task. We'll go do that when we go to Margaret's Teeth. Ah, yes. Let's go to the ship. Let's get to the ship and we'll go talk to Maya. That's a good idea, Joe. Right, let's get straight to the boat. Let's not mess about. There's no reason to mess about. Our crew's coming together quite well, though. I mean, we've got good equipment now, like a lot of uniques, which is obviously the best part. We've got two soulbound weapons. One we can use, one no one is using. But this one does talk, which is a little bit more... It's interesting. Interesting indeed. Right, down below. There's Maya.
So, we're back. Did you miss us?
Maya smiles a little, the side of her mouth twitching. As Isha offers a friendly swirl. Of course I miss you, Maya.
Well, thanks. It was just me and the bird for a couple of days, and we're sick to death of each other.
Something happened out there, and it's got me all turned around.
Maya fixes her attention on a distant point. Go on, speak your mind.
I didn't exactly deliver a missive. That parchment was meant for me, and I delayed opening it as long as I could.
She folds her arms.
Atsura gave me a name and a location. That was all. When you're a sharpshooter by trade and your boss doesn't offer clarification, you learn to arrive at your own conclusions.
Go on.
The rub of it is, my target wasn't some ship's captain or an ogre swinging a fence post. He was the Ranga of a Huana tribe.
She raises her brow and studies you for a reaction. Okay, why didn't you start from the beginning? Nodding to you, Maya shrugs away some tension that you hadn't noticed before.
The village was beachside. No sign of foreign occupation. I might have been the first outsider to make land in quite a while. They were just simple folk going about their lives. Couldn't have been more than 50 of them. Their Ranga, though? He had a voice that carried, that echoed in the hearts of his people.
Her eyes narrow as she concentrates on a far-off point. Go on.
He was my target. You can guess what happened next.
Maya shrugged, squeezing her forearms to release some tension. Tell me anyway.
I picked a spot and a time of day. Morning, west-facing, plenty of tree cover. The light was in my favor. The winds were low. He left his hut, mussed his kid's hair, and set off for the beach on the other side of the island, checking lobster traps. Ishi followed him overhead, and I followed him with my sights, holding my breath, waiting for the right moment. And then I stopped. I pictured all those captains I'd riddled with holes and wondered, is this how we treat civilians? Is this how wars are won?
Go on.
I shot him in the back of the head. He was a corpse before he hit the ground.
She opens her fingers like a flower blooming.
It took a while for his kin to find him, but only seconds to figure out that he didn't die of a weak heart.
She chews her bottom lip and glances towards Ishi. I'm sure the hole in his head was compelling evidence.
Atsura hired me for my accuracy and because I blend in around here. Not my tidiness. This tribe surprised me. They acted like I kicked over their anthill. They got mad. They got to work. The old Ranga went onto a pyre, and the new one snapped into place. She took up the call for unity while the embers were still warm.
Maya shakes her head, grinning a little.
Acted like I hadn't just killed her boss for doing the same thing.
That doesn't sound like your mission was a success.
I completed my mission. I leave Atsura to worry about whether or not it was a success.
Sighing to herself, Maya tugs at her hair bun, worrying a loose lock.
If you don't mind, I need to let this brew in my head for a while and see what bubbles up. Thanks for letting me unload in the meantime. We should talk to Atsura. He'll want to know that I've done as he asked.
Alright, I guess I can go do that. Back to the Brass Citadel, back to Imperial Command Lower. And a voice car's actually from out. Of course it fucking does, you bastards. Nekataka's poorer districts host more than dark light. The streets and alleys only housing many who aren't known. As you pass one of these alleys, a voice calls out. You turn to see if see a hand fold out from the darkness. A pale palm balances a figurine, more silhouette than statue in the dim light. And when you try to get a clean look, the fingers fall back up. Magic, the voice says. It summons beasts to harry your enemies. Will save you in a pinch in a city as dangerous as this. Surely your life's worth a few silver. Torchlight glints from the man's teeth. You follow. The figure withdraws into the darkness. Though you can only catch a glimpse of it, you know that the figurine is no mere trinket. There is untapped power within it. Oh, into the tunnel. Within the alley, a torch ignites, revealing a tunnel entrance. You pass through the archway. On the other side, a group of principally hold torches and blades. Bodies stuff the corners. Eyes dry in the flickering flames, as some of their hands bound, other face down the grime. Strangely vacuole, isn't it? The pirate draws his weapon. Set the little cheese and these foreign rats come tick, 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 chattering in. Hand over that figurine, now. The principal leader stares at you blankly before taking a step back. His crew glances around, a few reaching for their weapons. The leader scowls. Merla. You'd make quite the pirate. Perhaps you should roll it around in that clever head of yours. At ease, boys. Hand over the figurine. Battered dog. Summons a hound. Nice one. Farewell, Fentry. He bows to you. Some fucking expect, bitch. Some fucking respect. Now we've got a figurine, which I think's... That can't be the first one we've gained in the game. We're going to have to look more into that in the next part, because unfortunately, John, we're actually going to have to end this part here. If you guys have enjoyed, I'll see you guys next part. See you guys then.